you write, and I quote, the conversations I had covered a wide range of subjects: air power, deterrence, counterterrorism, information warfare, supply chain security, semiconductors, and the future of space and cyber operations. But across all of them was a consistent theme: India is preparing for the next war while working to protect the peace it is building at home. Where and when do you see the next war happening?
So, as somebody who studies war for a living and been doing it for a long time, is that war is always uncertain, political, human. You can't predict the triggering moment of the next war, right? You can definitely identify the underlying current or the underlying issues that persist, and that includes within yourself. So this was the underlying conditions within India, which is a pattern of response to, cross-border terrorism led to a formation of a doctrine that an enemy takes advantage of. Nobody can predict the future, but one of the ways you prevent future wars is this preparation and change and being on the ground. This was why studying Operation Sindor wasn't just about the 4 days. It was what was happening the decade before, the 5 years before, from making India to the Indian military transformations and preparations, the small business innovations that are going on with the technologies, so many elements that were preventing and leading to being prepared for a war. I can't tell you when the next one is because the enemy always gets a vote. I can tell you that India is more prepared. And from what I'm hearing on the ground is that they're not resting on what they just did. And that was in a path that the priority is development to strengthen the nation as a whole, while you also strengthen your deterrence, your red lines, your capabilities. So you do have military overmatch, which is deterrence. I hope there's not another war. I know as a student of war as well, is that only the dead have seen the end of war, and there are many actors in the region who are trying to fulfill their strategy for the next war. So you prepare, you deter, and you continue to evolve like India is doing.
Look, scholars like you are going to study this war and see the weapon systems which were used, what was successful, what wasn't, why, etc. Right? This is going to be some deep dive into it. I just wanted to know that if the Chinese weapon systems didn't work, their radars, the interception, if they didn't work, the drones, if they didn't work, do you see Pakistan shopping for stuff outside of China?
Absolutely. I mean, you would think we put rational actor theories like if what you bought doesn't work, then you go back to the seller and say this didn't work like it was supposed to. But you also know if it was user error. But absolutely, they're going to try to identify all of their weaknesses and look towards what. But they have a money problem, right? So the IMF has to bail Pakistan out. So can they get cheap, and then they also want advanced, superior technologies, is a challenge for Pakistan and some other nations, but they'll definitely be looking at to integrate. This is again where the proof is in the evidence. I have a strong in my research, in God I trust, all others bring evidence. And for the military capabilities, the evidence was in that video satellite footage, not in the words about how you said your Chinese system performed, but where's the evidence?
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.